I think this deformed little man, Chuck Norris, is clinically insane. As well, come on, I shouldn't single him out. They all are. But Chuck Norris is right out there. Who was the candidate that he hovered around? Was it Huckabee during the president? I don't remember, and you don't have to email me and tell me who. It really doesn't matter. He is a deformed psychopath, morally deformed. This Chuck Norris, in his latest syndicated column, Eric Kleefield at Talking Points Memo put this out. In his latest syndicated column, Chuck Norris wonders if the Obama health care plan would have resulted in some dire consequences if it had been around in times past, namely the abortion of Jesus Christ himself under the regime of Herod care. This is what Chuck Norris wrote. Lastly, as we near the eve of another Christmas, I wonder, what would have happened if Mother Mary had been covered by Obamacare? What if that young, poor, and uninsured teenage woman had been provided the federal funds and facilities to avoid the ridicule, ostracizing, persecution, and possible stoning because of her out-of-wedlock pregnancy? Imagine all the great souls who could have been erased from history and the influence of mankind if their parents had been as progressive as Washington's wise men and women. Will Obamacare morph into Herod care for the unborn? Now, of course, as Eric Kleefield points out, hold on just a second, wouldn't those progressives that this deformed ass is trying to bust, wouldn't those same progressives have opposed stoning Mary or otherwise beating her, this teenage unwed mother? And wouldn't she have been offered social services instead? This is how sick, truth seekers, the right wing has become. This moral deformity that walks around in the body of Chuck Norris, who suggests that under Obamacare, the Christian mother of God would have been forced into an abortion. What kind of degeneracy do these people appeal to? Do people go to church to hear this? I laugh, but I laugh because it is, I don't know what to say. Watching this thing, this health insurance reform subject, go through what it's gone through for the past 8 or 9 months has really, really thoroughly convinced me of the bedrock insanity of these sons of bitches on the right. I mean, I have no doubts anymore. I used to think, sometimes I would have my little moments where I would think, you're being way too hard on these right-wingers. Is that part of your shtick, Mike? Or you don't really mean that, do you? And I used to wrestle with that a little bit. But no longer. If I ever had any doubts about some of the wafflers on the right, some of the people that, I'm a conservative, but I see where liberals have a couple of points. That's all gone now. The kinds of comments and so-called debates and the insanity that these sons of bitches on the right and their whores in media, no offense to sex workers, and mainstream media, all the attention that was paid to these teabaggers and these town hall screaming matches, leaves no doubt in my mind that anyone who's a Republican at this point in the history of this country is sick and needs help desperately, and probably is beyond help. Probably just, step on their foot, let their mouth open, and pop in a couple of Xanax or something and be done with it. They really are sick bastards. But I don't feel sorry for them. They just irritate me that I have to live in the same country as these right-wingers, these Republicans, these so-called conservatives. It's awful. And as far as the leadership is concerned, have you ever seen anything like this? A Republican Party in the House and the Senate that I don't know what to compare them to. What do you compare them to? Snotty little bratty 8-year-olds who I don't know. I don't know what to compare. I've never seen anything like this. These are supposed to be grown men and women. They obstruct everything. They do nothing. They sit in there and suck up the paycheck money and the health insurance money that we provide. And the slimy bastards do nothing. So, I don't know which way to go at this point. I kind of feel like Pontius Pilate, I wash my hands of this affair.